You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everyone. On today's show, it is my final consecutive streaming day of this week. And in the last 24 hours, we have had a whirlwind of activity. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, between me working out scheduling for interviews, for my overall schedule that's actually about to change, which I'm going to tell you guys about, talking about streaming on Kick yesterday, there's just stuff going on all over the place. And today's podcast, we're going to attempt to try to get caught up and get everything in line with all of this because it's been happening so quickly. Things developing so fast that even I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. And I want to let you all know exactly what's going on. And don't worry, it ain't doom and gloom. And it's not Phil is abandoning YouTube. It couldn't be further from the truth. But I'm excited. 8 straight streaming days this week. This is the last day. And so today, we're going to try to complete the streak, lock into a Krabby Patty meal. DSP tries it this weekend. We've got more Silent Hill 2. We've got game news. We've got so much going on. I am so excited to start talking about all of this on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, the 10th of October, 2024. Can you believe it? We're a third into October. Where'd the time go? But I know where the time went. We've been playing horror games nonstop, whether it was Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster and now Silent Hill 2 all this week. We've been watching awesome horror games with Resident Evil Director's Cut and now Silent Hill 1 over on my DSP Throwback channel. It's been a great month so far, and time is flying, which is always what's going to happen when good things are going on. Man, today's show is going to be an interesting one, everybody, because I've just got so much to talk about. By the way, FYI, I have adjusted my lighting. I now have my light on one level down, and I think it actually looks better. I think because now I have these blackout curtains, I don't need as much light in here to brighten the room. You know, you need more light when there's, like, ambient light also battling. But I think it looks better now. Let me know what you think. I had it up one higher, and it looked too bright last night. Anyway, man. So just to give you guys kind of a heads up on everything that's happening right now, okay? In this last week, we have been doing a ton of this horror gameplay. And then all of a sudden, all these things start coming together at once where people want to be on my show for an interview. So that's number one. And I've got like 3 to 4 people who I'm in talks with right now. Today, I'm actually ready to announce my next guest and the tentative date that it's going to happen. Like, basically, we both kind of agreed to this date, but we're not 100% sure yet, but I'll tell you, like, we know what date it's going to be, okay? In addition to that, we've been talking about the idea of me heading over and doing some streaming on Kick. Because the guys from Kino Casino stream over there, they've been really trying to convince me of how lucrative it is. Telling me, you know, if you go over there and you stream, you're going to do well. You know, you're going to kill it because it's a smaller audience. You know what I mean? Like, it's not oversaturated with 1 million streamers. And they already have a fan base that would be interested in checking me out. So in the last 24 to 48 hours, I've been basically, like, looking into this, trying to consider how to do it. And I have some news to share with you today on something that I think we're going to do sooner rather than later. All right? In fact, as soon as tomorrow. Correct. Okay? Now, in addition to all of that, as you all know, my schedule has been all over the place the last few months. And the reason being is because my wife and I have had some stuff going on our personal side, our life changes and scheduling and things going on. And basically, we haven't had consistent days off together ever. All right? Well, guess what? We are now going to have a consistent day off together moving forward. But the consistent day off throws a monkey wrench into the scheduling that I have been doing now. So now today we need to talk about this to figure out how do we fix or amend the schedule so everyone's happy. Basically, in a nutshell, my day off moving forward looks like it's going to be Saturday. Every week, Saturday will be my day off. That means I will be here Sunday through Friday every week. That's great consistency. You want to know that, right? But as you all know, I do content on the weekends. Right now, we've been doing WWE Champions every Saturday night, and we've been doing React Day all day Sunday. If I'm off on Saturday, this will completely throw that for a loop. And therefore, I'm not sure exactly how to make it work, and that's what I want to talk out with you guys today. Okay? So, man, I'm feeling very thirsty right now. I don't know what it is. It's almost like, you know what it might be? It's that I'm so comfortable in this awesome baseball tee from the darksidephil.shop merchandise store that it actually now wants me to continue to just satiate my body with good feelings by drinking a delicious beverage out of the officially licensed Level 1 podcast mug, also incidentally available on the darksidephil.shop merchandise store. Let's take a look. Wow. That's absolutely refreshing and delicious. And you too can have a two-sided, luxurious Level 1 podcast mug if you go to darksidephil.shop today. All right, obviously that's a gratuitous plug, but guess what? Fans are finally receiving their first orders. If you remember, my merchandise shop launched about a week and a half ago, right? And people have been telling me now they're actually getting their merchandise in, and they love it. Someone told me yesterday they got the mug. They love the mug. Someone told me 2 days ago they got their t-shirt, and it's absolutely awesome. They love the shirt. So this is great. Obviously, I want you guys to enjoy the merchandise, and I'm glad to hear that you guys are now getting it and enjoying it. What I would say is if you guys have any thoughts about the merch to improve it, thoughts on future designs, my phone is having an issue. I'm going to try to restart. What the I just want my phone to turn off. How do I turn my phone off? My phone is having an issue. Anyway, what I wanted to do... Hold on, let me see if this works. Change the brightness, because this is too bright. Make it a little darker. See, this is what happens. I change the lighting in the room. There we go. I changed the lighting in the room, and then the stuff behind me isn't as good because it's all screwed up and not adjusted properly. So, okay. All right, good. Okay, so, there we go. Fixed it. So, we got a lot to talk about, man. And this merchandise store, people are getting their merch. If you have ideas for future merch, let me know. Okay, I want to know, like, what product lines do you want to see, or what designs do you want to see? And I want to know the quality. When you get your products that you've already ordered, I want to know if you like it and how it's going. All right? Please, I mean, if you want to share photos and stuff, I'd be down for that. To basically show off some people enjoying their merch, okay? Now, that's awesome, right? And I'm about to get like week 2 results for the merch store too. I guarantee you they dropped off. But now that the merch is starting to show up and I'm showing you the merch off on stream, obviously some people might be like, oh, I want to get some again, right? This, for the record, this baseball tee, this design is not available. This was a prototype design. They actually updated this to have me as Dan from Street Fighter plus this logo on the tee, and that's the one that's available on the store, and I think that's better than this design. This is like very basic, right? So there you go. All right, so we're about to start talking. I think the first topic at hand should be my schedule for the next week, and then how do we adjust the schedule so that we can figure out what day everything should be, because if I have Saturdays off every week moving forward, that definitely changes a lot. We got Friday night fights, Saturday night WWE Champions, and Sunday React Day, and now we have to find a way to shift all of that around, okay? All right, let's do it. Let's do shout-outs, and then we'll get to that topic. So first off, our first contributor on the YouTube side, GameDude171, became a member this morning. Thank you so much, Game Dude, for that. And then we have Fart, with the first super chat of the day erupting out of his anus. And he says, I highly recommend doing all the trainings and labbing before jumping into the story mode and online for Sparking Zero. Trust me, it's worth it. So are you saying that the story mode doesn't have a tutorial built in? Because I'm playing it Saturday, and see, here's my concern, right? As you know, my gameplay streams are around 3 hours long. I'm going to play it Saturday, and I'm also going to play it as the main stream on Monday. So I'm getting 2 major streams in of it, like, right away. It's not top tip. I screwed that up. It's top super chat. But the problem with this is everyone's just going to want to see me play. People aren't going to be like, oh, yeah, can you go into the lab and fucking sit there in training mode and fuck around for an hour? People are going to be like, dude, that's stupid. That's boring. Why are you doing that? Just play the game, right? So I might just jump right in and, you know, play the story and see if I can learn it on the fly. I'm not planning on playing this game online in any capacity, in any way, shape, or form anytime soon. If I play the story and I like it and I like the game mechanics, I'm like, oh, I want to try this against people, then maybe I will. But for me, the main feature of the game is going to be the story mode. I guess we'll see what happens. But thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the first super chat of the day. And then Darth Fig did a $2 super chat and says, I agree. I've heard the story is very difficult in Dragon Ball. All right, well, Double M says there's a training mode you can do that only takes about 20 minutes. If it's 20 minutes, that's fine. We could do that. I'm totally okay with that. A 20-minute training mode and then jumping into the story, we could do that. Okay. Okay, anyway. So thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the early contributions, guys. On the tip side of stuff, we actually have some tips that have come in already. So let's start off. We start off today with a $10 tip. So, it says, good morning, King. Here's to a great podcast from your humble servant, Perry the White. Thank you very much, Perry, for a $10 tip to start today off. If my tips notifications page would load, I would play you a nice pop-up. Let's see if this works. There we go. Have some Frankenfill. Thank you so much, Perry, for the first tip of the day. Keep in mind, guys, we made it all week. Literally, today is the last day of the week for me, and that means if we hit 12 and 13 of the goals hit, this stream and tonight's late stream, we are doing a DSP Tries It of the Krabby Patty meal from Wendy's this coming Saturday. I'm excited for that. That'll be very fun to do. It'll be at the end of that major stream of Dragon Ball. We'll do Dragon Ball as it ends. We'll do the Krabby Patty DSP Tries It. That'll be really fun. So let's get it going. Let's get that support going. Remember, super chats, super stickers, and tips all count towards the goal. Let's hit it as soon as possible, lock it in, and get the Krabby Patty on the grill. I've also received a $20 tip from Guitar Player. What's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm wondering if you're going to check out the Until Dawn remake. No, because there is no Until Dawn remake. There is a Until Dawn re-release with minor graphical improvements and a tweak here or there that, in my opinion, is not worth the price tag they're charging for it. I feel like it is kind of a big ripoff. I'm going to try to refresh the page here because it's not even loading right. I think it's kind of a ripoff, to be honest. And unlike other games that are being remastered, this game is exactly the same. It's not like the story will change, right? So I don't see the point in spending all that money to just try to replay it again. It's exactly the same as the first run. Plus, remember, I already replayed it. After I did that first run, I went back and did alternate choices to see how we could get more people to live or die. So we've kind of seen all the scenarios already. And I don't think that it's worth it to play it again. Just being honest, I just kind of think it's kind of not worth it. Kind of a waste of time when we have all these other things that we're juggling right now, right? Okay. So thank you, Guitar Player. On the YouTube side of stuff, we got another super chat from Fart. Well said, Darth Fig. Thank you, Fart, for another $2 super chat, and that gets us up to $39 in contributions so far on the stream. Okay, so let us talk, excuse me, about this week and the schedule. So FYI, moving forward, my goal is to have Saturdays off, all right? That would mean I'm here Sunday as my first day of the week, all the way through Friday as my final day of the week. 6 streaming days. Now, there will be some exceptions. In fact, FYI, my ultimate goal is as follows. If I continue to get the amount of support that I've been getting, then I can actually start taking some more time off to spend with my family, which I really want to do. Right now, my wife and I only get 1 day off a week, And that one day off entails doing all of the stuff that's kind of necessary for life off of stream, crunched into me trying to spend time with my wife. So, for example, tomorrow is my day off. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm going to go and run errands. For example, I got to put gas in the car. I've got to go grocery shopping. I've got to go get some pet supplies. All right? I got some other things, odds and ends I have to run around and get. Then when I come home, we got to unpack all those groceries. And then my wife and I are going to clean the house a little bit together. And we have to make a big order off of Amazon of stuff that we've run out of or we need for the house. So it's like, okay, so that's like almost the whole day. And then at the end of the day, we'll order food and relax for like an hour or two. And then it's time to go to sleep. That's the day off. What kind of a day off is that? We're not getting to have fun. We're not going out and doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So definitely what I want to do in the future is try to make it so that some weeks I can have 2 days off. It wouldn't be every week. I already talked to my wife about it. I said, what about if in November we at least have 1 week where we have 2 days off? Maybe we try to go for 2 weeks with 2 days off, right? To have a couple extra days during the month that maybe we can go do stuff we wanted to do. Maybe we can do stuff around the house we wanted to do and don't have time. Jasper, do not try to, he's trying to drink from the Level 1 podcast mug. How dare you? That is the royal beverage. How could you? How could you try to steal the king's cordials? You tried to steal the king's cordials right here on the show, right in front of me. How could you, buddy? Completely unacceptable. Anyway. So, that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to have maybe 2 days off, 2 weeks out of the month, okay? But anyway, the point here is I need some consistency, and right now I've had zero consistency in my schedule for like 3 months. I never know what my day off is, and therefore I don't know when I can schedule things like interviews. Like, for example, all right, I've had 2 people lined up who want to do an interview, and I can't give them a day because I didn't know what my schedule was until today. So that's annoying, right? So what's happened is my wife and I sat down last night, and we said, well, what days does she work every week? What days doesn't she work every week? Is there consistency? And we realized basically Saturday is the consistent day she always has off no matter what. And I said, that should be the day that we now make the day off, and I will be streaming the other days. But the bottom line is that that's going to mess up my schedule a bit because, as you know, right now I kind of have Friday night fights on Friday. Sometimes, not always, but a lot of the time. And then we got Saturday night WWE Champions where they're doing a weekend event and I get to play in the weekend event. And there's a new loot on the weekends too. That's always the best loot in the game. And then you've got Sunday React Day where the first stream is me doing my DSP versus the Internet clip show on DSP Reacts. And the late stream is me doing Retro React over on DSP Throwback, correct? So we've kind of got all these things as a staple of my schedule and locked in. And I'm thinking in my head, right? If we're going to do this and we're going to have Saturdays off moving forward, then we definitely need to adjust some stuff, correct? Like, there's no way that it's going to work where I'm going to be able to maintain that schedule. It's just, something's got to give, something's got to move, all right? So, first of all, Friday Night Fights. What do you think, Jasper? What do you think about Friday Night Fights? I like the idea of Friday Night Fights, but as you know, recently, I've dramatically reduced the amount of fighting games that I'm playing. In fact, I'm playing tonight, the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. It's, only the second time in 8 days? And I was playing them so consistently before, and now I'm not really playing them that much because of all these new releases, right? But that's just what happens. As you get busier, the games that are basically kind of the time killers or whatever, they go to the back burner, and that's what's happened with fighting games for me. So what I think is, like, Friday Night Fights is a good idea, but I don't know if we're going to consistently do it. I think just doing fighting games once or twice a week when it fits into the schedule works, but it doesn't necessarily have to be on Friday nights, right? And I know that that's disappointing to some because you like having it as a staple on Friday nights. We even have Jax Raxer, who literally, when he comes by every Friday night, contributes and is looking forward to it, and then I don't do it, and then he's not around for weeks, right? I get it. So, you really want the camera. He wants the camera today. He wants a lot of attention today. You can see that, right? So, I think for fighting games, all right, it's going to be more sporadic. I'm still going to do them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to tell you, oh, by the way, I'm done with fighting games or anything like that, right? That's not the idea at all. The idea is to just stick it into the schedule when it fits, maybe once or twice a week. And by the way, today we're going to be doing Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. But then we're going to go back to Street Fighter 6 for a bit, because I know a lot of people are craving Street Fighter 6, and I haven't played it in a while, besides Terry Bogard, who's not very good. So, yeah, when I play Street Fighter 6 next, it will be not Terry, and it'll be some of my characters that I'm actually good with, okay? So, I think Friday Night Fights will no longer be as consistent, okay? Likely we're going to be doing other content on Friday nights, all right? Saturday is going to be my day off. Sunday has been React Day. And ladies and gentlemen, to be quite frank with you, I don't think that Sunday should be React Day anymore. I think we should move it. So that way, if my first day back from break is Sunday, the last thing you want is a day of reacting, right? And no gameplay. You want to see me have a podcast and do gameplay and that kind of stuff. So the way I see it, we have two options for Sundays moving forward. Option number one is Level 1 podcast in the morning, the big return podcast to get the week moving, and then a gameplay stream, all right? Which I think would work fine, because people have been asking for that on Sundays anyway, okay? Then the night stream could either be Retro React on DSP Throwback, or we could also do gameplay on Sunday night, all right? If we're doing gameplay on Sunday night, then that means it could be WWE Champions, or it could be something else, okay? If that's what we do, then on Monday, it would be the Level 1 podcast followed by DSP versus the internet. Okay? That would make sense. Do the React show on Monday. So that way we have one day of gameplay, then we get to the React show. Now, Monday night is up in the air, because if we've chosen to do Retro React on DSP Throwback on Sunday night, then Monday will be gameplay, right? But if we haven't, then Monday night would be Retro React. So here's the real question I have to ask you guys, right? Do you prefer having React Day be a whole day, or does it matter if I split it? Would you care if on my day back from break, I would do a podcast, a gameplay stream, and a React stream on the Throwback channel? Or would you prefer that that day is all gameplay, and then Monday is a whole React day? Okay, that's the question we have to figure out today, because this will directly affect next week. Not this week coming up, but the week after. We have to figure this out within the next week to get the schedules locked in for the week after. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Is every Saturday is going to be my day off, and then we'll come back with a return day on Sunday. React content will definitely not all be on Sunday anymore. It'll either all be on Monday or split between Sunday night and Monday day stream. Okay. Now obviously this affects WWE Champions, because we were doing a stream either Tuesday or Wednesday, and then a stream on Saturday. Well, I'm not going to be here on Saturday, so that means WWE Champions will either be selected to be the stream on Friday night or on Sunday night, okay? And then we'll do another one probably around Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. Wednesday is a really good day for WWE Champions, actually, because Wednesday they usually do a midweek event on Wednesday that has more content. Like no example, or perfect example, yesterday during WWE Champions, I got my best pull ever in history, because it was a midweek event. They had just launched a new loot. I pulled from the loot, and I got, like, the jackpot reward. I was like, holy crap. So I think that would be a great thing to do, for the midweek, okay? So I guess that's the question. So what do you guys think? What about having all React content be on night stream split to 2 days? That's not possible, Double M. As you know, DSP versus the internet needs to be a 3-hour show, because we need to get through all Ultra member submissions, and typically we have between 8 to 10 Ultra videos we watch, and then we have all those videos in the randomized playlist. As of now, we don't get through all of them. If I reduce the length of the show, that would be completely unfair to the paying members of the channel. It has to be a daytime stream, okay? So what do you guys think? I would like to know your opinions on this. Here's what I will do. I will put up a poll. Okay, let's put up a poll right now. And let's just see what people in the chat think. This is not necessarily what I'm going to do, but I'd like to get an opinion. So, how should DSP do reacting moving forward? Split throwback nights, and I'll say split it between Sunday and Monday, or do both streams on Monday. Okay, let's see what you guys have to think. Vote, please. But again, this will not necessarily be the determining factor of what I do. I just like to get some early opinions on this. What do I do with the React content? What do I split it or whatever? Okay? So let me know. So yeah, so here's the deal, because what I like to do now is go through the schedule for the week so you guys know what to expect this coming week, and then show you how it's going to change the next week, right? And by the way, it's funny because some people like, it's troublesome, or I'm sorry, I'm troublesome, is saying, can WWE, it's not working. No, guys, it totally is. And like I said, if I'm going to start streaming on Kick, that's the kind of content that they would want over there. You understand? Like, I don't want to start streaming gameplay, real gameplay on Kick, because they don't even have the visual capacity to really handle high quality gameplay right now. They don't. They only do 8,500 kilobits per second. I can't stream my current gameplay quality over there. But I can stream WWE Champions. That doesn't need great visual quality, right? So that's what I mean. Like, that's the kind of stuff I would be doing over there. So anyway, what was I going to say? I got distracted. Oh, so what I'd like to do is go through the schedule for the week, all right, and let you know what's coming up this week. And then we can talk about next week. So today, my final consecutive streaming day of the week, all right, it is going to be more Silent Hill 2, which I'm stoked to play more of. As you know, this game has been really, really great this week. I think I've only had one complaint ever. It was one boss that I didn't like. Outside of that, the rest of the game has been absolutely great. Great graphics, great story elements, new voice acting, cutscenes are done well. Combat is good. The game's getting much harder now. Now we're heading into likely the final third of the game, and it really has ramped up the difficulty with the amount of enemies and how they're jumping out at you and stuff. So I'm having a great time with it. I can't wait for another major stream of it today, this afternoon. It's going to be great. Okay. Tonight on the late stream, it's fighting games because I'm not here tomorrow, so I can't do Friday Night Fights. So instead, tonight, it's the Marvel vs. Capcom collection on the late stream at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And if you want, I will try to play other games. But the bottom line is, it looks like the only game anyone's playing in the collection is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And that's okay. Like, MVC 2 is fine. Like, I can play with characters for variety. I have joke teams. I have low-tier teams. I have high-tier teams. And I can mess around in that regard. So we'll see what you guys want tonight. If you want me to try to play Marvel 1 or X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, we could try that. But I just don't know if we're going to find any comp in those games because, sadly, the collection has pretty much just become the Marvel 2 game now, right? So, yeah, that's tonight on the late stream, okay? Tomorrow, no stream. I'm off, all right? But, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what we're going to talk about. Tomorrow, I am going to do a test stream on Kick. If you have not followed me yet on Kick, now would be a good time to do so. My channel is as follows. Ready? Here it is. Darkside Phil, the most sensational video game streamer of 2021. All right, that's not it. This is it right here, guys. Okay? DSPGaming Real. This is where you can find me. Kick.com/DSPGaming Real. Okay? And what I need you to do for me... Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. You could pop it out or expand... Oh. See, I haven't even used the site yet. What I need you to do for me is to follow me and to prepare your butts for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, I'm going to do a test stream on Kick. What I'm going to do tomorrow, while I'm off from streaming on YouTube, and I'm off out and about doing things in real life, I'm going to be running a stream, all right, where I'm going to be playing a montage ongoing over the course of the day of the best classic funny moments from DSP Gaming. Okay? So it's going to have little clips that are like 30 seconds long. It's also going to feature my most funniest moments of the year's countdowns. It's going to be a variety of content. It's going to be hours and hours of content, all right? And that's going to be running on this channel tomorrow. So if you're not following yet, please follow. And I hope that you'll come by tomorrow during this test stream on Kick and you'll watch some content, okay? So there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this. Hold on one second because the sun has come out and I want to get my blackout curtains blocking it. Hold on. Okay, so there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this. It's basically a big test. Okay? It's a test. Number one, I want to see, will people actually come over and watch any content that I put on Kick? That's number one. Okay? Number two, the way that Kick works is that you qualify for features by streaming. All right? For example, you can't qualify to actually have any kind of monetization, emotes, or any of those features until you've streamed 5 hours. All right? And, excuse me. And in that regard, last night I was streaming, and it just so happened that Ashton from Kino Casino joined us for our WWE Champion stream last night, and we were talking a lot about streaming on Kick. And he was like, you know, if you're going to stream on Kick, you definitely shouldn't, like, do several streams demonetized. You know, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. You're going to lose money. What you should do is try to do dual streaming, right? And the thing is, I'm looking into that. I'm actually doing research. As you can see right here, there's this site called Restream. And this website allows you to do multi-streaming to different services. So technically, if I get an account on Restream and I get it set up to work, I could be streaming both to YouTube and to Kick at exactly the same time. Okay? And the question is, how could I do it? Because here's the thing, I'm looking at this stuff, it's so confusing. So they're claiming you can do it for free, but then it says it's only going to be 720p resolution, right? I don't want to stream at 720p resolution. If I'm going to stream, I want to be at 1080p. Okay? So it seems to me like the free one wouldn't even be good enough for what I want to do. And then they even have a step up for $16 a month, but I don't even understand, like this doesn't seem to give me any features I would want. Like I say, oh, you can stream to 3 channels. Well, I don't want to. I only want to stream to 2 places, right? It looks like if you want 1080p, you actually have to stream, you have to do this package, which is like $40 a month. But it basically says they don't do it monthly. You have to upfront pay $470 a year in order to get 1080p resolution, right? From what I can see. And the funny part is, I don't care about this other stuff. Like, for example, 60-minute videos. I don't want the videos. I just want the streams, right? 2 gigs per video. Stream looping. I don't even know what that means. Stream looping? What's confusing about this is it shows you the pricing, and you're like, oh, go ahead, buy it now. Buy what? Like, can you explain what the hell any of this means? Like, how would I know if I want to spend $470 unless I see what you're talking about here? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, it seems very confusing. And I scratch in my head about doing it, and I'm very curious about how it would work. So this is something that, like, I think in the future I might look into doing. If I could talk with people who have done this before, and they could tell me about their experiences with it, and tell me if it's good or not, and stuff like that. But I don't really think that I'm willing to fully do it. I'm Troublesome said, I streamed in 1080p free. It was good. I set up a RMTP via Restream through OBS. How did you do it for free? It claims it's only 720p. See? It says it's only 720p. That's what I don't understand. They're saying you have to pay $40 a month to get 1080p. So how did you do that? And what quality? Because here's the real thing, okay? If I'm going to restream, what I need to do is I need to be able to stream at one quality for YouTube and one quality for Kick. YouTube, I want to do 15,000 kilobits per second, as I've been doing all along. But then Kick, I want to do 8,500 kilobits per second. So I need to know if it has that capability to do that, right? Mr. Bias says you can set it up to do it through OBS. Yeah, but what you don't understand is that my OBS is 2 years outdated and I can't update it because I'm running on Windows 8.1. So likely what you're saying is not true. I can't mess with my OBS and add new plugins and features and shit because my setup is dramatically outdated. If I was doing this on an up-to-date streaming PC, I could probably do amazing things. I'm working on 11-year-old hardware and 2-year-old outdated, non-updated software, right? So, you streamed at 8,000 kilobits per second on Twitch via OBS. I can't update my OBS. It's not possible because I'm running on Windows 8.1. And I can't update my Windows because my hardware is 11 years outdated and nothing will work with current Windows. You understand? So, that's what I'm saying. Like, if maybe I should mess with this, the free one, and just see how it works. But for the bottom line is, for tomorrow's purposes, I'm not doing this. For tomorrow's purposes, here's what I want to do. All right? I want to do a demo stream on my DSPGaming Real channel. And what it's going to be is a stream running all day long. I'm going to have the auto moderation on in the chat. Apparently, they have auto moderation and bots and things that you can do in the chat. So I'm going to try to set that up. I'm going to have blocked words. I'm going to have all kinds of stuff going. And I'm going to run a stream that's just going to be the best moments of DSP over his career. So like I said, it's going to have small little funny clips. It's going to have entire videos from my funniest moments countdowns. The whole idea is to get people to come to the channel, realize it exists, follow the channel, and get some watch time in. Because the way that kick works, you qualify for features based on how many viewers, unique viewers you've had, and how many watch hours you have, and things like that. So I want to obviously qualify for the useful features. I want that the first night that I do a real stream, like let's say I'm doing a real WWE champion stream over there, right? I want to have emotes. I want to have the ability for people to do subs and all of that. But I can't do that unless I do a stream first. So I'm going to do this tomorrow and test the waters and see how it goes, okay? I have absolutely no idea how it's going to go, okay? I don't. We'll see. But I'm basically just going to run it and let it fly and see what happens. And I'll have to take feedback or whatever. Now, keep in mind, it's not monetized, nothing. So, because I realized that, for example, if it was monetized and I was running it, there might be an issue. But it's not. It's literally just my first ever stream on there. So it's not going to be monetized or anything. It's just me running a montage of my funniest content, and that people could check it out on Kick, right? I don't know how many people will actually tune in. I don't know how much watch time I'll actually get. I don't know how many followers I'll get. Okay. I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll see what happens. So let's test it tomorrow. What I'll do tomorrow morning is I'll set this up and I'll let it fly. I'll let it rip. I'll be broadcasting on Kick for the first time ever tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to be in here monitoring it. So I'm going to be off doing my stuff during the day, and then every once in a while, I'll pop my head in to see how the stream is going. I'll probably run it from the morning. I'm thinking I'll probably have like a meal with my wife, and then usually she gets ready for the day. That's probably when I'll come in. I'll get it set up and get it running. And then basically at the end of the day tomorrow, which would be probably the end of the time when I would probably stop streaming all day anyway, I'll come in and I'll turn it off, and I'll see how it did. How many people actually came and followed, how many people actually watched it, right? So right now, if you're not following DSPGaming Real on Kick and you're interested in checking out my content over there and you want to help me out with the initial watch time and stuff like that so that we can qualify for better features like emotes, that's really what I want. I want my own emotes and stuff over there. I can't do it yet, okay? Please follow and please check out the stream tomorrow. Literally watching it for a few minutes tomorrow will actually help me, okay? So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate that, all right? So, oh, I know. The issue is I'll get less viewers when I'm not live, but I'm just playing the montages. Oh, I know. But that's the whole point, is it's watch hours too. Like, you need to get watch hours in. You need to get average viewers. You need to get followers. You need to get all this stuff. All these are actual important, like, milestones to hit on Kick. And by the way, this is the only time that I'm going to do a stream like this. All the other streams moving forward will be normal streams that I'm manning and, you know, I'm part of the content. This is the only time I'm going to run like a montage-style stream to try to get people to follow the channel. I guess we could call it like the follow-thon or something, right? Just follow the channel. Come check out the montages and follow the channel. So this way I got a bunch of followers for when I actually do go live. So if this goes well, if I run this tomorrow and it goes well and everything works, there's a possibility I may stream WWE Champions on Saturday night on Kick, and it'll be my first ever real stream on Kick where I'm manning it and doing live content, okay? But let's see what happens, because here's the truth. I don't really know if I have confidence that this is going to go well. You know me, and I always have the worst luck, and I got the A-logging trolls, and who knows, right? What they're going to do. I'm going to try to enable all the auto moderation. Like, it has an auto moderating bot you can turn on. There's blocked terms you can say so people can't say certain shit. But without anyone there to man it, you know, the chat will likely be incredibly chaotic, and I'm not going to be reading it or anything. So I guess we'll see how it goes. And if the channel does well with this stream tomorrow and we get a bunch of followers and viewers and stuff, that would be amazing, right? And then we could see if, when I do the real stream, maybe Saturday night of WWE Champions as a test, maybe we'll have all those features. Maybe I can add in some emotes and we can have subs already enabled and people can come in and enjoy my first ever real stream on there. Okay? Let's see what happens, folks. All right? Let's give it a run. So that's going to be tomorrow on my day off, my first ever stream on Kick. I'm actually wondering. Right, look at that. I just got 38 new followers right here. Here we go. We already got people arguing. We already got people arguing. See this? Yeah, here we go. Look. See this? So we got to ban. We already got people to ban. I got to figure out how to do this. Like, how do you ban people on Kick? I don't even know. How do you ban people on Kick? I've never even done this before. You just hit this muted, but how do you ban? Oh, I'm not logged in. I can't ban. That's why I can't ban, because I'm not logged into the account on my browser. Well, that would be why then. Okay. But anyway, so there you go. Please follow. All right? Please follow. And we're going to do the demo stream tomorrow. Right? And we're going to see how it goes. All right? If it goes well, then we're going to give it a run this week, a real stream, and see what happens. All right? It may be Saturday night. It may not. Maybe I'll push it to like Tuesday or Wednesday night instead. We'll see. Okay? Of course I'll allow emote spam. On Kick, people love doing the emote spam. So, of course, it's going to be toxic because I haven't set it up for moderation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to put banned terms in the chat. The bot's not on right now. I don't have the bot on or anything. That's something that I'll do for when I'm preparing for the stream for tomorrow. I'll enable all of that stuff, okay? All right, so that's tomorrow, Friday, the first ever test stream on Kick, all right? Then on Saturday when I come back, it's going to be a level 1 podcast to recap everything that happened, and then the premiere of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's going to be the first ever stream of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, all right? Then Saturday night will be WWE Champions, the special weekend event with a new zombies loot and all of that. And the question is, will I stream it on Kick? Will I stream it on YouTube? Will I attempt a dual stream? I don't know yet. I have no clue. I don't even know how to tackle that yet. I'll have more answers for you when we get there. And then Sunday will be React Day, where we will do DSP versus the internet on DSP React. And we will do the Retro React stream on DSP Throwback of Silent Hill 1 on the late stream, okay? And then Monday, we'll do more Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. It's just Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, right? Not Dragon Ball Z. So we'll do more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And then probably Monday night, we'll cram in one of these horror games that I haven't played for a bit. So maybe Silent Hill 2 or maybe Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Tuesday, October 15th. Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars. Are you ready for this? My next interview is very likely going to take place on Tuesday, October 15th, right here on the Level 1 podcast. Okay? And the guest on that interview will be Boogie. He will be appearing right here on the channel. And I have absolutely no idea how this interview is going to go. Let me tell you. I mean, there's a million things I would like to talk to the guy about, but I also don't know what topics he's going to want to discuss or be willing to discuss. All right? This has been a conversation a long time coming. Like years and years and years ago, I said it would be fascinating to have a one-on-one conversation with Boogie and see how it goes. Okay? So yeah, so I'm very curious how this will go. I don't know how it will go. It could be very civil. It could get crazy, depending. But I'm just gonna kind of let it roll. Like, there's a lot of topics I would love to talk to him about. At the same time, I just feel like a lot of the topics that people want to hear have already been beaten to death. Like, everyone knows that he faked cancer. Everyone knows that apparently he faked abuse in his childhood and he used that for sympathy. You know what I'm saying? And does anyone really want to hear about that again? I don't. Everyone else has already, like, ran those topics into the fucking ground to the point where I just don't give a crap. You know what I want to ask him? Why does he allow himself to be, like, abused on his own show? Like, why does he allow himself to be buried alive and stuff? Like, I want to hear from his perspective. We've heard other people's perspective. Some people think that he's like a fetishist for, like, punishment. Like, he actually enjoys being treated bad. Like, that's definitely a conversation to have, right? I'm very curious about what he'll say to that and go from there. So anyway, it's going to be a fascinating interview. That's my next interview. It's this Tuesday, October 15th. The way we're going to do it is how I do all my interviews. There's not going to be a regular podcast. This broadcast will go live around 11 a.m. There'll be a half an hour build up where we'll do technical testing and everything on Discord to make sure it's working. And then he'll come on around 11:30 a.m. and we'll have about an hour to an hour and a half interview. And then after that, we'll do a decompression. And then depending on how much time we have left, that'll determine what else I do for the rest of the stream. It may very well be the entire major stream on Tuesday, or we may have extra time to jump in and maybe do a little bit of gameplay of a fighting game, or maybe, continue with one of these horror playthroughs. We'll figure it out. And then for the rest of the week, essentially, I'll be balancing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero with the finales of Silent Hill 2 and Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Like, Dead Rising, I think 1 to 2 more streams we're done with it. And the same thing, Silent Hill 2, I think 1 to 2 more streams and we're done with that. So we might wrap up 2 different games during the course of the week. And, excuse me, I have to burp. Oh, maybe I don't. It feels like I have to burp, but then it stopped. I hate that. Okay. Yeah, so that'll be the week. Now, I'm streaming this week, coming up, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm streaming 7 straight days this coming week. All right? So there's a lot of content coming this week, a lot of gameplay. There's going to be WWE champions. Yes, there's going to be fighting games. There's going to be a good variety of stuff. Now, if things go well on Kick with this demo stream tomorrow, and I get a good amount of views and a good amount of stuff going on, all right, then I may do a couple streams on Kick this week, and likely it would be the WWE Champion stuff. Like, that's what I would do. I would do WWE Champions over there and see how it goes. Maybe we'll get support. Maybe people will be excited for it. I don't know. All right? But yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes. And it could be a very exciting week between this next interview and streaming on Kick and finishing up all the fun horror playthroughs and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I mean, that's a hell of a week, right? That's a crazy good week. In addition to all of that, I may actually have another interview happening, all right, near the end of the week. That interview would probably be like Thursday or Friday. I'm not guaranteeing that, but it's a strong chance there may be one, or I may wait till the next week to do it, so that way I'm not overloading a week with interviews. But there you go. You might say, well, who is it? I'm not telling you yet. It's a surprise guest, someone who I've actually wanted to interview for a while, someone who I think it would be very, very fascinating to have this interview with. But I don't want to spoil. If I say anything else, I will spoil it, and then people will be talking about it all over the internet. Yes, I'm serious. This is a guest that if I do the interview, people will be talking about it. And so I want to hold off before I talk about it, okay? Of course, everyone's saying different things. I love it when people speculate, and they're all wrong. Man, I'm telling you, that beverage is so refreshing out of the official Level 1 podcast mug, which you can get at darksidefield.shop. Anyway, all right. So, guys, that's what's going on for the week. All right? That's the excitement this week of everything going on. And I hope that you guys are excited for all of that. I am. All right? It's going to be a great week coming up. Good content. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right? Today, if we hit these goals, both streams, we're doing a fun DSP Tries It. It's returning from retirement. It's coming out of retirement, okay? And we're going to do the Krabby Patty meal from Wendy's on Saturday. What we'll do is we'll do the day stream will be Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and as it ends, I'll have the food delivered, and we'll do a live DSP Tries It of the Krabby Patty meal, which includes the Krabby Patty burger, fries, and the special Under the Sea, Pineapple Under the Sea Frosty. All right, we're going to test it all live together. All right, that'll be a pretty fun thing to do. So let's hit the goals today. Let's crush them. Right now we're at 39. Guys, let's get momentum going. Actually, I take it back. There's 2 super chats that came in. First of all, Game Ticker did a €2 super chat and said, what console generation do you like the most and why? 2 console gens I like the most. The first would be the 16-bit era of Nintendo and the Super NES versus the Sega Genesis. That was an epic era of direct competition, and everything was just like exploding with new technology and gameplay accessories. It was just a very wild time. And then my second favorite era would actually be the Xbox 360, PS3, Wii era, because that was the era where I started being a YouTuber, and there was humongous innovations in gaming at that time. There were years during that era where it felt like every month there was something new. Like, holy shit, every month something new is happening. A new kind of game is being invented. A new genre is dropping. This all innovative thing is happening in gaming. So there you go. Those are my 2 favorite eras. Darth Fig with a $2 super chat says, heads up, you're just past the halfway point in Silent Hill. That's what I thought. I figured today we'll probably push into the final third of the game. Because 3 more solid hours. We'll be 16 hours in. Everyone says it's 16 to 18 hours. I bet my playthrough will be 20. So I bet I would need like 2 more streams to wrap it up. So that's good pacing there. Thank you, Darth Fig. All right, so we are currently at $43 in contributions. Let's get some more contributions in. Let's get some super chats going. Let's get some tips going. Let's get that, boom, right to the goal. Let's hit it right away because we only have 2 more to go. This stream and tonight's fighting game stream of Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. And when we hit it on both of those, that's it. We're doing the special DSP Tries It. In addition, we currently have almost 400 viewers, and we have 54 likes. Let's get some more likes on the stream. Let's get that up to 100 likes right now. There's so many of you here enjoying the podcast. Click the like button. Help the channel. Get some engagement going. Let's like the stream. Let's do it, guys. Okay? All right. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but already this week, people said, well, Phil, why are you doing the Krabby Patty meal? Why aren't you doing the Addams Family meal? And I said, what? Come to find out, yes, this is real. This is actually real. You ready for this? Hold on. They're actually get the fuck out of here. Get this out of here. This ad will end in 22 seconds. This ad will kiss my ass. Okay. They're actually doing an Addams Family tie-in menu at Burger King. What does it include? The Wednesday Whopper, which is a Whopper with Swiss cheese instead of American and a purple bun. The Things Rings, which is literally just regular onion rings, but it's branded to act like it's Thing, the hand. Gomez's Churro Fries, which are basically mini churros that you dip in a sauce. Isn't that incredibly, like, racially offensive? That because Gomez is Hispanic, that he eats churros, right? That's messed up, is it not? I mean, am I wrong? Doesn't that sound like, why do they have that? And then they have Morticia's shake. And I think it says down here what's in it. Morticia's Kooky Chocolate Shake. A soft served mixed with chocolate cake batter fudge and topped with black and purple cookie pieces. Okay? So, this week, obviously, you guys liked the idea of me trying out the Krabby Patty meal from Wendy's, and I'm going to do that on Saturday as long as we hit our goals this stream and tonight's stream. Next week, if we hit the goals, all right, same as this week. So this week it was what, 13? So we'll do the same thing. If I hit 13 goals in a row over the course of the 7 days I'm streaming, then I will do a live DSP Tries It of the entire Addams Family menu from Burger King that next coming weekend. So this weekend, it'll be the Krabby Patty. Next weekend, it will be the Addams Family menu. All right? You guys liked it so much, I don't know why we wouldn't continue that, right? So let's do it. But, you know, the truth is, it's kind of a moot point Because if we don't hit the goals today, then the Krabby Patty ain't even happening anyway, right? So let's do it. Let's absolutely do it. Let's hit the goal right now. Let's get some contributions in. Let's get the King's coffers rising. Okay? Let's do it. All right? Okay. Cool. And let's get these soccer controls out of here. Who've been in here for a day or two, and I was very lenient, and now I'm getting rid of them because they're just sitting there sock accounting, so get the fuck out. All right. Sweet. I'm almost done with everything I wanted to talk about today, but I actually have two different news stories that I'd like to cover this morning before we get to, like, open Q&A. Okay? They give stickers with the Krabby Patty meal? Oh. Amazing. Anyway. Okay, so, first off, our first news story that I want to cover is that Nintendo is selling an alarm clock. Yes, Nintendo is selling an alarm clock called Alarmo. Okay? It's an interactive alarm clock that's just an LED screen. It's not a manual or what do they call it? It's not digital. What is it? I forget. There's a word for it. But it's not that. It's a digital full front clock. And you can select 35 different scenes from across 5 Nintendo titles. All right? We're not going to watch... Oh, Analog. Thank you. That's what it's called. Analog. So here you go.
Like here, with the sound of coins from Super Mario Odyssey. Or here, with the sound of ink splats from Splatoon 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think my life is about to change. I'm 42 years old, and my whole life, all I thought about was, wouldn't I just have a better day if I was awoken by the sound of clinking coins as Mario collects them in Super Mario Odyssey? Or, man, if only I could have the sound of ink splatters from Splatoon shot into my ear first thing in the morning as I'm awaking from my slumber, just jarring me out of REM. Right? I mean, that's the best thing possible, I think. I mean, it really gets your day off on the right foot. What else do they do?
Feeling like you're in the kingdom of Hyrule.
Yo, look at this guy. This guy's sitting up. He's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, why is it making that noise? This is the most obnoxious thing ever. You saw his face? He looked legit pissed. He's like, what is this? Why is it playing that noise? Not like that. You're like, what is that? Where's my regular alarm clock? Who stole it?
The longer it takes for you to get up. So, rise and shine.
Oh boy.
You can set an alarm inspired by 5 games. Super Mario Odyssey.
The funniest part about that, Super Mario Odyssey came out 7 years ago. And they're acting like it's a brand new game that you would be, like, excited to have sound effects from. Most people don't even remember it at this point because they never made a sequel nor even hinted at one. We know they're making one for the next Switch, obviously. But it's just so weird to me that that's the Mario they chose. What about Super Mario Wonder that came out last year? Why do they have Super Mario Odyssey on there? That's bizarre.
Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4 wasn't even, like, a bestseller. It was, like, a really low-key title for Nintendo. Why do they have Pikmin? Like, no one's going to be using Pikmin.
Splatoon 3.
Just listen to that. That's the first... Oh, I gotta wake up. What's that I hear? Oh, I'm ready now. Let me get up. Why not? How about this? Why not just get a gassy dog that will sit next to your head and fart into your ear in the morning? That's free. You don't even have to buy an alarm clock for that, and you could have a pet at the same time, right? You get the same effect.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit Adventure? Who the fuck remembers that? That was like a super early title for the Switch. Like, who's thinking about Ring Fit Adventure in 2024?
Uh-oh.
It feels like this clock legit should have come out like 7 years ago. Like, what happened that it got delayed this long?
I knew these guys would show up.
And The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Why Breath of the Wild and not Tears of the Kingdom? Why not the game that came out last year instead of the game that came out 7 years ago? This is so weird.
Wake up, Link.
Oh, that's what I need. Zelda
Each
in my
game
ear.
features 7
Wake
alarm
up, Link.
varieties, known as scenes. And they all have their own combination of music and sounds. And when you connect to the internet, you can get more alarms as free updates as they become available.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It's basically like you buy it now and it'll only have 5 games, but over time, supposedly they're going to add more games like Mario Kart and Animal Crossing. It's like, that's great, but like, why isn't it available now? Like, if you're selling it now, why not have the content ready now? You don't buy a car and then they add features to your car 6 months later. You buy your car with everything in it. So why are they going to give you features later? What is it with these digital products that they all feel like, we'll just sell you it now. It's not done yet, but we'll sell you the product now and you can actually use it in 6 months when we actually update it, right? I just don't understand this mentality for these products.
Besides the alarm function, Alarmo is packed with features to support you throughout the day, such as sleepy sounds, which play when you get into bed and help you wind down. Records, which keep a log of your sleep and movement while in bed. And Hourly Chime, which features various Nintendo characters signaling the top of the hour.
Why would you want an hourly chime when you're asleep? It would wake you up every hour. Why would you want that? The only time the hourly chimes worked, if you had like a grandfather clock in your main hallway of your home, and it would gong on the hour, like that's traditional. That's like old school shit. Why would you want a digital clock to beep every hour and wake you up? What is going on, man?
Add some play to the start of your day.
So, by the way, how much is this clock? They said it's available online at My Nintendo Store and in person in the New York City shop, and it'll become available at retailers in early 2025. So, how much is it? $100. Whoa, 99.99 US dollars. Holy macaroni. That's an expensive alarm clock, buddy. For what it does, it's definitely unique, right? But is it worth $100? You'd have a hard time trying to justify to me a $100 alarm clock purchase, especially when your phone does it for free and everyone has a phone, right? That's pretty ridiculous. And by the way, so you can only get it with Nintendo Switch Online right now, because when you have Nintendo Switch Online, then you can log into the Nintendo Store and you can buy it. You can't buy it unless you're a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber. But like what they're saying, you can get it next year. It'll hit retailers and you can buy it at a store, but you have to wait till 2025 if you want to do it that way. So, I mean, obviously I'd love to hear your opinions on this, but it seems to me like if you're a huge Nintendo fan, it's probably a neat collectible to have. As for its actual like viability, it doesn't do anything unique that your phone can't do right now. Like you could get Nintendo sound effects, you could get your phone to play them, you could get your phone to do hourly chimes and alarms. You know what I mean? I think it's just that because it's officially licensed as a Nintendo product and it's all built in fancy, you know, you pay $100 for it. But, you know, much like everything else that Nintendo shills out, that's like collectibles and stuff, it's way overpriced. It doesn't really have much value. It's only if you're like a super fan of Nintendo that you would even seek to buy that thing, right? Ridiculous. All right. So that's the Alarmo. I know you're all going to run out because I've told you about it now. You're all going to run out and buy one. Okay. I have one more announcement to make on the show. I told you this show is packed with announcements and things, right? And then what I like to do is a couple shout outs, and then we're just going to do open Q&A for the rest of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? This also happened in the last 24 hours. I want you to think about this. In the last 24 hours, all right, I've seriously considered streaming on Kick, and I'm setting up a demo stream. I locked in my next interview to be Boogie next week. I also have a new schedule that's going to be starting, right, with Saturdays off. So all this is happening within the last 24 hours, okay? What else has happened? Listen to this. You'll never believe this, but I swear to you, this all happened within 24 hours. I've had a whirlwind day. A fan and supporter who has already donated things to me this year to help with my setup and things like that. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? They are going to donate to me a PlayStation 5 Pro. They have already pre-ordered it and set it up. So when PS5 Pro releases, I'm going to get one. And so I'm going to be doing a live unboxing, okay? And I'm going to be doing a setup stream. And what we're going to do is download some games that I've already played digitally. And we're going to test them on the PS5 Pro to see how well they run compared to when I played them originally. Yes, I'm not kidding. I didn't ask for this at all. You guys have heard me talk about the PS5 Pro on stream, and I told you guys it's overpriced. Unless you don't have a PS5, you don't need it, and that I'm not getting it, right? I told you that. This guy reached out to me a day and a half ago or 2 days ago and said, you know, basically they're like, listen, you unbox every console, right? You test every console. It's just a tradition that you've always done. And this is a longtime fan. Like I said, they've already supported me this year. And they said, we really want you to unbox and test the PS5 Pro. And I explained to them, I said, I want you to understand, I have a high-end gaming PC. I don't need the PS5 Pro. If you do this and go through with this, I'm not going to be using it that often. Like, I'll use it for console exclusives. And I'll use it for, like, GTA 6 when it comes out, right? Because that won't be on PC at launch. But for the most part, that thing's going to collect dust. Like, I made this very clear. And they were like, we're okay with that. We want you to have it. We want you to do the unboxing. We want you to do the, the exploration, the setup, the testing of it, at launch. And we want you to, do some maybe I could compare, the PS5 Pro's performance versus, previous playthroughs I've done. Maybe I could get the same game on both, right? And test. We could do that too. Street Fighter 6 maybe on PS5 Pro versus my PC. So, yeah, pretty crazy, right? I wasn't expecting it. I didn't ask for it. It just came together. You might say, well, when's PS5 Pro out? November 7th. Less than a month. So in less than a month, I'm going to have a PS5 Pro launch event here on DSP Gaming. What a day I've had. Seriously. So Miggy March says, well, what about the Alarmo? What about the Alarmo? No, I'm not buying the Alarmo. No, I'm not buying it. I refuse. The Alarmo. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Someone tipped $1.25 to basically insult me. Listen to this. They said, just so you know, I am Mexican, and churros are a big part of our culture. We don't find them offensive. Don't speak for us, white boy. All right. And how about this? I'll only speak for the Italians. All right. So let me tell you something. I'm incredibly offended by Mario. I'm incredibly offended by American pizza and Americanized Italian food. Olive Garden is the most offensive thing to me possible. Like, seriously, like Olive Garden is like a black cloud over Italian culture that so many people eat there. When you eat at Olive Garden, you are contributing to the perpetuation and Americanization and generalization of Italian culture. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. And you should take a foot-long Italian salami and you should flog your back with it like this. You know how sometimes those people, they whip themselves to punish themselves? You should have a salami and just go, I ate an Olive Garden today. Okay. Anyway. Thanks for the $1.25 tip, Mexican person who corrected me. Churros are great. Okay. So, all right. So far, that's what I've got. Now, let's take a quick look over here. We currently have 391 viewers and only 72 likes. Only 72 likes, guys. Let's get it to 100 likes right now. If you're on the stream and you've enjoyed the podcast, you like all this crazy news about me doing demo streaming on Kick, me possibly streaming on Kick this week, me having a schedule change and updating, if you like the news about Alarmo, hell, if you are going to purchase churros at Burger King as a result of this podcast, click the like right now. Let's get it to we're at 81 likes. Let's get it. Who's going to be the 100th like? Who's going to be the 100th like on this stream? Who's going to click the like and hit that 100, right? Arietta says churros aren't Mexican. They're from Spain. Well, there you go. They're Spanish. Churros are good, by the way. I haven't had a churro in a very long time, but they're very good. I want a churro. Anyway, 88 likes and climbing. Let's keep it going. Let's get 100 likes. All right, now on top of that, again, guys, we got to crush the goals today. We simply put, very simply put, as a matter of fact as I can be with all of you right now, we've hit 11 straight streams where we hit the streaming King's Coffers goal. We cannot let this die at 11. If we hit 13, we've got the Krabby Patty DSP Tries It locked in on Saturday. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. Let's have someone become the new top super chatter, an unseat fart with his $4.99 super chat. Let's have someone unseat guitar player with their $20 tip. Let's get new people on the leaderboard, and let's get this going. Let's get the momentum going. So when we hit Silent Hill 2, we're already in the momentum, and we can get it hit right away. All right? See how many followers I've gained on Kick now? 214 and climbing. 214 and climbing. There you go. This is really good. You want to know why this is good? Because I announced it like this before I ever went live. I can now see all the shit that people are saying in chat, and I can go back, and I can set all those words to be blocked so people can't say them. That's perfect, actually. I'm actually very happy that I did it this way, because now I can actually, like, set this up. There you go. Thank you, Cabal, for a £5 super chat and says, fart. So thank you, Cabal, for that. Let's get Cabal up on the leaderboard as the top super chatter. And that will get us to $49 in contributions today so far. We're about a third of the way there. There you have it, friends. There you have it. Excuse me. Okay. Hold on. Can't see. My RGB makes my keys not visible. Okay. Cool. This is great. Like, live, I'm seeing these people troll. And like I said, it's legit helping me. Because now what I'm able to do is set up a whole bunch of stuff here. Why is this not fitting in the window? What the hell? Trying to set up blocked words. Oh, here we go. How do I get this to scroll around? It won't. Are you kidding? It won't fit on my screen? Why not? I can't get it. I can't get it to fit in my browser window so I can do terms right now. This is really incredibly stupid. It's like they didn't program the dashboard to fit in a browser properly. How did they manage to screw that up? Actually, the channel tools are hanging off the right-hand side of my browser, and I can't access them. Yeah. I legit cannot access channel tools on my channel on this PC. I could do it on that one. I can't do it on this one. It won't let me. Yeah. I literally can't do it. I can't move to the right and click anything. What were they thinking? Oh, okay. Now I found it. Okay. I had to click on something else. There we go. This is great. Look at all these stupid words people are using that now I can get rid of. Here we go. Cool. So we're at 218 followers and continuing. There you go. No? Of course, these idiots are going to say the most dumb stuff. I'm not going to be able to block it all, but this is giving me great ideas. All right, that's good enough for now. I'll mess with this later. But 221 followers are climbing. Good stuff. Keep it up, guys. Keep following. And like I said, tomorrow, that stream hopefully will garner some attention and get me some watch hours and get some people following so that way I can qualify for features like emotes. Okay? All right. So by the way, the poll that we had running all morning is tied. Basically, people voted on, should I do both React streams on Monday, or should I split the React streams between Sunday night being Retro React on DSP Throwback, and then Monday's day stream being DSP versus the Internet on DSP Reacts? 49% say split, 51% say do both on Monday. So for the 322 votes we got, there's not even any definitive thing there. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Okay. I received a $2 tip. Me and my hardcore Dragon Ball Z friends have been playing Sparking Zero. To be honest, the main story is incredibly difficult and very bare bones, to the point if you aren't playing online, I doubt you'll even enjoy the game. Well, there you go. That's not a good sign. That's what I was afraid of. And I told you guys that these Dragon Ball games, sadly, they don't seem to hold much interest because the stories are always the same rehashed stuff. You know, just not that interesting. So I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out moderation on here. It's pretty easy. Yeah, look at this. It's pretty easy to figure out. You know what's funny? Hold on a second here. If I click on this, are you kidding? Guys, I'm not even kidding you. Guess what? Moderation on Kick is easier than on YouTube. I'm not even kidding. It's actually easier on Kick than it is on YouTube. You can easily block terms. You can easily see someone's chat history. And you can see everything that they're doing right away. It's significantly better than YouTube's moderation system. So, since I've been doing YouTube moderation for years, moderating on Kick is going to be a breeze. Seriously. I'm so used to such a crappy system that this looks so much better. By the way, thank you to Big Mac who became a member this morning. I appreciate that. Okay, so. We have about 15 minutes left. If you guys want to chat, please tag me in the chat. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Thank you for the early contributions that got us to $51 and climbing. We're over a third of the way to the goal. Let's keep that momentum rolling. I swear we better have hit 100 likes. 96 likes. We've got to get 100 likes on this stream before we hit the gameplay. Guys, click that like button. Let's get the engagement going. Please, it helps out the channel for engagement. And also, obviously, if you like the content, shows that you do, right? It's very similar to Twitch, yeah. The Red Gamer 7 says Sparking Zero is actually a lot of fun, both online and offline, but I doubt it'll be the game that fits into your preferences. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to get it. People really want me to get it and play it. I'm going to get it, and we're going to find out. All right? We'll see. There you go. It's hilarious. Dude, the chat over there is absolutely hilarious. It's out of control. Yep. Absolutely out of control. When I stream over there, it's going to be wild. Okay. Let's see here. Why doesn't the poll have an option to keep React totally on Sunday? Because we can't do that because I'm not going to come back from a day off and just do reacting all day. I want to do gameplay. I want to do what I'm known for more. The React Day coming back on Sunday would actually be a really bad idea, in my opinion. So. How does the Silent Hill universe compare to the Resident Evil universe? See, that's weird, because Silent Hill, unlike Resident Evil, like Resident Evil is just this ongoing plot that all blends together as one ongoing narrative. Silent Hill doesn't necessarily do that. Like, the plots of 1 and 3 connect, and 2 is kind of its own thing, and 4 is kind of its own thing, but does have references. Right? So, yeah, it's kind of unique and different in that regard. It's not just one ongoing narrative. Anso Kamaru says that Sparking Zero has what-if scenarios in story mode that will lead to interesting dialogue that you can play around with. Well, thanks for telling me that. Blended says, Sparking Zero and Budokai Tenkaichi isn't a story game. It's only being played for multiplayer. The story only exists so you can unlock stuff like character outfits for online. You guys realize I'm not looking for a competitive game in Dragon Ball, right? Like, you know that. If I play fighting games, I'm going to play like Street Fighter 6 or the Marvel Collection. You know, I'm not really interested in playing it as a competitive game. I will play it online. Don't get me wrong. Like, I will try it online and play it online. But I'm not going to be playing it as like a regular thing, right? Okay. Go. All right. I received a $2.51 tip. It's nice to see you evolving lately when it comes to content collaborations and responding to nonsense. So keep up the momentum and never stop. It's going to benefit you tons. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say that. I'm glad that you're seeing that. I'm glad that people are observing and seeing changes, that I'm really working hard to try to improve, to do new things, to branch out. We got a big interview with Boogie coming up this week that should go, I hope, well. Me trying out Kick is a huge new thing. Me playing games, you know, that normally I wouldn't even be playing and branching out, doing stuff like that, right? Can I talk about the Metaphor review scores? Well, I haven't actually seen them, but I just know that everyone thinks the game's amazing, which I agreed with. I loved the demo, right? I thought the demo was outstanding. So I feel that the final game will be just as good, if not better, you know? Yeah, Anso Kamaru says, "I'm sorry you can't play Metaphor. I'll be enjoying it in your honor. Please do. By all means, please do. All right." Why aren't I playing Metaphor? Because I tried it. I played 12 hours of the demo, and I couldn't even retain 200 viewers, nor would anyone support the stream, despite the fact that we were trying to maintain goals and streaks and stuff. Nobody cared. The bottom line is this. I grew up playing JRPGs, such as Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Suikoden, and others. Okay? And I love JRPGs. They're in my blood. Like, they're part of my history as a gamer. Whenever I play one, I have a great time. But they don't resonate with my audience for some reason. I do have an audience for them. It's like 100 people. Really, it's like 100 people. It's just not enough to maintain a piece of my business. It's not. It sucks because I want to, right? But, yeah, I don't know what to say. I gave it an honest try. Here's the thing. Some people have been giving me shit recently, but they legit saw that I tried very hard to make it work. And I couldn't make it work, right? I tried really hard. I was like, nah, I'm telling you guys, it's a great game. You should check it out. It's better than Persona. I do. I think it's better than Persona. I was having a great time with it. But I tried my hardest, and people were not turning out for it. So, excuse me. Am I going to do a dual stream, kicking YouTube or leaving completely? I'm not leaving. If I do content on Kick, it's going to be different, unique content like the WWE Champion streams. Maybe I'll do some drama style streams, and those will be over there. While the gameplay, the podcast, all that stuff will remain here. Okay? Okay. Super DJC says, personally, I've never enjoyed JRPGs. Even back in the day on PS1, I would never get into Final Fantasy. I tried others, but never liked them. See, I'm the opposite. Like, I really like them. I have very much enjoyed them over. I received a $2 tip. He says, getting caught up on the stream for Kick stuff. Are you thinking about mobile stuff or gacha games? Because you try browser gachas while building an audience. It's free for 1 or 2 streams. The draw for champions is the lore drama, but also the gacha content. Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star or even Nikkei. That's from SOF 916. Yeah, I don't know anything about those. Like, I know legit nothing about any of those. I wouldn't be against anything. You know, I'd be willing to try some stuff. I don't know. I think the reason that Champions works is because I know so much about pro wrestling. So I add that to the content. It's not just about being a gacha game, but it's about me adding pro wrestling discussion and everything to it. And people really like it because of that. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Kuma says, it sucks. Back in the day, you could play any JRPG you wanted, even like Blue Dragon, but I guess times change. Even when I was playing Blue Dragon, I didn't have an audience. I'm serious. It was like really, it really was hard to ever get an audience for JRPGs. The difference was that back then I was reliant on like YouTube revenue and stuff, not on streaming or anything like that. So I was still getting enough views and ad revenue that it didn't matter if I had like a game like Blue Dragon that wasn't doing well. I would still have 3 other things going on that people were watching. Now my streams are my business. You understand? Like, I do get some revenue from YouTube, but it's what I raise on streams that's my life's blood now, you know? You're right. I still never played Lost Odyssey, and I want to someday. I absolutely want to play Lost Odyssey, man. We got to get to it. We got to get to it at some point. Let's see here. Someone tipped $1 and says, I understand your concerns about metaphor, but it seems to be the same people donating, so what does it matter? Just play it. They don't, but boy, you're not seeming to understand. When I played metaphor, the people weren't showing up. Even if your argument were true and you think there's 5 people who support me, which is completely untrue, that's ludicrously stupid to say. But even if it were true, they weren't showing up for metaphor. Do you understand? Like, I have to do things people are going to show up for. You get it? Okay. Oh, that's cool. There's a toxic emote that you can use. So people are going to be saying, why am I toxic all the time on Kick? And I actually like that emote. It moves. It's a moving emote. Cool. I like that. People are using it right now. It's really cool. I gotta admit, I love the animated emotes on Kick. Like the applause, the bee that dances. Like, those are neat. Those are fun. I like those emotes. Tomorrow's first Kick stream, I'm going to start it sometime in the morning. Basically, after we eat together, our first meal of the day, and my wife's getting ready for the day, I'll probably come in here and I'll get it set up to just auto run all day. And it's going to be running a montage of funny clips, funniest moments of the year countdowns and stuff like that. And the stream will run all day. Like, I'll probably start it in the morning or early afternoon, and I'll probably have it run all the way till like the time when I would usually be streaming at night, and then I'll come turn it off. Oh yeah, I got blocks on all kinds of words, but don't worry, people will find ways around them anyway. There's nothing you can do about that. The Kick account is DSPGaming Real. Why did I have to name it DSPGaming Real? Because everyone took every variation of DSPGaming. They had DSPGaming, DSP, Darkside Phil. They call me DSP. DSP Reacts. Like, they were all taken. So I had to use DSPGaming Real because everything else was gone. Jasper is so hyper today. Look at him. Jasper is such in a good mood today. He's running all around. He's playing with toys. I can hear him downstairs playing with toys. He's running through here. He's rubbing his face on my foot. Jasper's in a really good mood, right, buddy? Right, Jasper Kitty? Yes, he's in a great mood. Very nice. How does this work? Action. Advanced bot protection? How does that work on Kick? I just clicked it and I don't know what it does. Does anyone know what advanced bot protection does? I have no idea what it does. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Cat is at work right now. Yeah, she is. I don't know why you're asking private ship, but she's at work right now. Why do you think Jasper's in here? Would I be interested in a God of War collection with the PS3 games remastered? Yes, I would. That would be great. The classic trilogy. Someone tipped $2.51, says, would you ever consider doing a motion game stream like Wii Sports and making it a goal? It would be a fun stream, I reckon. Do you really think people would care about that? I don't know. I'm not convinced people would care about replaying old Wii games. Look at these idiots. Funny. But hey, they're following, so who gives a shit? Anyway, it's wild. The chat on Kick is wild as we knew it would. And of course, tomorrow I'm not gonna care. It's just gonna run and fly and see what happens. Will I do higher support goals on Kick? The way it works on Kick right now, the only contributions you can get on Kick are actually subs. But of course, I could also do tips. I could do tips and subs. Now, I was talking to Ashton last night. He was on my WWE Champion stream, and he told me they're actually going to add a super chats like symptom. Yeah, that's what he said. They're going to have super chats soon. It's coming. So. No, apparently Kick is like, they don't care about your chat, apparently, from what I'm to understand. That's why people go to Kick, because they think it's like this unfiltered place where everything goes. So, yeah, it actually doesn't matter at all. I did play Doom Eternal, and I did not like it. I did not like Doom Eternal at all. So. Okay. It is time to end the show. Thank you for, no exaggeration, during this podcast, I went from about 130 followers to 247 followers and climbing over on Kick. There you go. Keep it going. And then tomorrow we'll see how the test stream goes, okay? All right, guys, thank you for watching the show. What a whirlwind day. What a whirlwind week. 8 straight days of streaming has been wild, has it not? Today, let's crush those goals. I want to come back on Saturday and be doing the Krabby Patty DSP Tries It for all of you. And also, let's see what happens with this Kick test stream I will do tomorrow. That should be interesting, right? To say the least. And when we return, we'll have to reconvene on everything going on. But guys, thank you. What a great week I have had here. And you've all been a great part of that. I thank you all for your time, for your engagement, for your support. We actually even hit 100 likes on this stream, and I forgot to mention it. It's been great. And can't wait to keep it rolling when I return on Saturday. So thank you all. Please have a safe and fun Friday. And be sure to check out my Kick stream if you can at DSPGaming Real. Give us some engagement over there. I'll be back on Saturday with another full week of fun. See you then, folks. Peace out. All right. And so, my friends, the time has come to play more Silent Hill. And you guys have enjoyed me having the camera off, or not the camera, excuse me, having the light off, right? So let's do that.